This is what everybody's excited about? This? People are hyping this up like it's the second coming of Christ. You know what this really is? It's actually like the fourth or fifth coming because Konami is a greedy, disgusting, lazy developer who can't be asked to actually make Metal Gear 6. So instead, what do? We're going to Control-C, Control-V, MGS3, and throw that onto all the modern systems with some 4K textures and 60 FPS. That's all this game is. You want to talk about a remake, like from the ground up, an actual remake that revolutionized the industry? Resident Evil 2. They did everything from the beginning. This is about the laziest port I have ever seen. And let me make one thing clear, okay? It isn't just MGS3. If you like Metal Gear Solid at all, you're an absolute low IQ clown. You failed to evolve. You're a knuckle-dragging ape who enjoys some of the most boring stealth gameplay I have ever had the displeasure of experiencing. Oh, but that metal stealth's for smart people. No wonder you don't like it. You don't have the patience. You praise Call of Duty. You like all the fast-paced games. We're the smart ones. Sit your neckbeard ass down. Take another sip of your Mountain Dew. Tell your mom your Hot Pocket needs flipping in the microwave while Dead Metal drops little truth. I said that MGS, Metal Gear Solid, is the worst stealth game. I could sit here and rattle off a list of every stealth game I've played that is better mechanically than Metal Gear Solid. Right off the top of my head, Hitman, Splinter Cell, two of the best in the genre. Okay, you're talking 1A, 1B. Metal Gear Solid's somewhere around 48, 49. Thief, another gem. I would rather play the OG Thief than the remake of MGS3. You want to know why? Because it didn't need a remake. It held up. And that is what happens when games are good. When they are classics, when they define a certain generation, a system, or a time period, they do not need to be remade. They are simply preserved. They do not need to have a phony, fictitious impact lazily plastered onto it in retrospect. People act like Metal Gear Solid 3 was this revolutionary game. It didn't revolutionize anything. Metal Gear Solid has not revolutionized anything except how to have cutscenes as long as feature-length films in a video game. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Who? I'd love to know. Who out there thinks like, oh yeah, I want to play a video game. I want to play a stealth video game where I have to be on high alert and watch all my enemies and plan out my routes. And suddenly you're watching a 30, 45-minute introduction cutscene? Not to mention the Metal Gear Solid timeline, even if you can put up with those god-awful cutscenes, is one of the most confusing, poorly fleshed out universes I have ever seen. Y'all were out here talking shit about Star Wars, the MCU, Star Trek. Y'all want to talk about the horror franchises, like how many different timelines there are in Halloween? None of those, any of those titles I just mentioned hold a candle to the Metal Gear Solid franchise, where you have to have a fucking encyclopedia next to you, and you have to have a timeline on the other side of you so you can attempt to follow the plot. It's a joke. It's a giant joke. And the people who are excited for this are like, you know, oh man, the stealth is so good, and you gotta like heal yourself and eat, and it's down and dirty, and it's realistic. This is a game, not a Bear Grylls simulator. Nobody wants to sit around hunting food in a video game to eat it so they can heal. I'm sorry. Konami screwed up massively when they decided to make Swamp Survival Simulator first and a game second. But this is nothing new. It didn't start and it didn't end with Snake Eater. Guns of the Patriots just as bad. Sons of Liberty, complete garbage. You got those weird PSP games. What was it, like Peace Walker? Like, honestly, to try to play Metal Gear Solid and get a coherent story is about as confusing as the Kingdom Hearts series. And that's saying something when they have games like 2.8. I can't with you clowns, and you're out here fangirling about it like, oh my God, this is something that we've wanted for so long. Who? Who? I'm not talking about you and your niche subreddit with 20 other people clamoring for a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 so you can relive your teenage days back when you actually had some potential. Now you've disappointed yourself and your parents. I'm talking about people in the real world. I have never talked to a single person who was like, you know what? I see all these remakes coming out. You know what I want to play? A Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Because the game came and went. It wasn't even a flash in the pan. It did not strike. It did not hit hard. It did nothing. You want to talk about being snake bit by Metal Gear Solid? How about being burnt out on a franchise that doesn't know when to pull the plug? Because I got news for you. Metal Gear Solid is not alive and thriving. Phantom Pain absolutely sucked and was the nail in the coffin, but there was a coffin and there were many nails before. This is a franchise that has been resurrected, zombified, and shoved down our throats more times than I care to count. And before you revengeance crybabies come over here trying to talk mad shit about how good of a game that was, you go sit your ass down. I'm going to do a whole separate video on that. This franchise sucks. This remake sucks. And if you like it, you need to get your head examined. This is, without a doubt, probably the second biggest travesty of the year. Okay? It wouldn't surprise me if Solid Snakes is on the Epstein list, to be quite honest with you. He's not somebody to look up to. He doesn't deserve his own game. And above all else, if you play this trash willingly, if you pay money for it willingly, if you even look at its direction, if you watch the trailer willingly, you need to get your head checked. Because you're not a snake eater. You're a trash consumer. Ooh, sick burn.